Hi, it's Josh with Concept D Performance, and today we're going to be talking about energy suspension front lower control arm bushings for the 350Z and G35. We've had some customers in the recent weeks call and ask for some guidance on getting these installed. So we have one arm here with the bushing installed and one arm with the stock bushing removed, but we haven't installed the energy suspension bushing yet. From factory, they have a chamfer on one side of the arm, and basically to get the energy suspension bushing to fit in and be happy, you almost need to recreate that chamfer on the other side as well. The energy suspension, since it comes in two pieces and you end up pressing stuff from both sides, it kind of bows out on each side, and you need to chamfer this back side with a Dremel just to allow relief for when the bushing bows out as you're pressing it together. Here we have one arm with the energy suspension bushing completely installed. So let me show you guys exactly how we got to here. First things first, pull out your rotary tool.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. Yeah, I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way to what I want from this world, and years from now to make it to the next.
So I'm pretty much done grinding, and all I did was pretty much make a nice basically chamfer transition here, about the same size. It's a little bit larger, but it's a little bit less steep of an angle. So take it slow, and it'll take about 4 or 5 minutes of grinding. Shouldn't take too long, and make sure you get a nice smooth transition. Don't take any like wild chunks out. Go ahead and clean it with some brake parts cleaner or whatever, and then lube it up, and you should be able to just press your bushings in. Now with the arm all clean and the race cleaned out, we're going to take our bushing and lube it up with some energy suspension polyurethane bushing grease. It should just come in a small packet, or we sell them in these larger containers as well. And pretty much you want to get pretty good coverage of all the bushings, and this helps your bushing not to squeak, as well as it makes it a lot easier getting the bushing in. And if you ever try to remove the bushing, this will help like in that as well. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to push it in the side that has the OEM chamfer. Try to align it straight and just press it in. So the easy half is done now. Now comes the more difficult part, which is getting the ribbed one inside of this one. So you're also gonna take a bit more lube and smear it all over the ridges and on the like front lip in order to make this a bit easier getting in. And then I'm just gonna take a tiny bit and go on like the lip of this. Now I'm gonna take the smaller half of the bushing and press it into the other half. So pretty much get it aligned straight up and down. There we go. And then it should just start clicking. Oh, yeah, start clicking in. Kind of helps to get some body weight on it. Yeah, and then once you know you've got it started correctly, you can take it into like a vise in 2 pieces of wood or something, or I'm probably going to take it over to our hydraulic press and press it down flat. If you want something that fits relatively centered on this flange, this just happens to fit pretty well and disperse the force pretty evenly. You basically just want something around this diameter, a little bit smaller, obviously, but bigger than the center. and then line it up in your press or in a vise or something. There we go. And then I usually just give it a tiny bit more just to make sure it's smushed, and then any like, it's not gonna like pop back out. So we got the bushing all pressed in. You can see it's fully flush against the arm on both sides, and there's no gap on the inside. These should be pretty much up against each other. Now we just have to take this center collar and lube it up and press it in as well. You might want to use gloves like I am when you're messing with this stuff. It's like super sticky and is like a pain to try to scrub off your hands. So now that it's all lubed up, we're gonna take this and the arm over to the press and press it in. So I found a small little tool that I can use to press this collar in. I just wanted it just smaller than the collar itself. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and press it in. All right, and now you can see that this is fully installed. The collar is just past the bushing, just like it is on this. All right, so we got everything all wrapped up. These bushings are installed correctly now. These are an aftermarket item, and it does take a little bit of modification to make them fit correctly, but anyone can do it. This tool costs $10 at Harbor Freight and comes with bits. If you have an air compressor, or they sell electric ones for a few dollars more. You guys know that the 350 has problems with their front lower control arms, so this is an easy do-it-yourself solution that gets your car back on the road for cheap.